Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with episode 3 of Fumetsu no Anata. So, last episode, our main character has met up with this little girl named March, but at this point I still don't really know what this series is about, right? Are they going to just continue their travels and then they're going to have, like, form this sort of bond, this sort of interesting relationship? March is, even though she's quite younger, in some ways she is older than our main character, right? Because our main character hasn't really gone through the learning process yet, at least that of being a human here, right? So are they going to stay around near the village and, be involved with all the other characters there, or are they just going to continue to travel the world, a la something like Dororo, right? Well, I guess we will get the answers to that within this episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1... play. Alright, make sure I am recording and all that. Yes, 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 you cast an orb here. Are you supposed to be God or something? Let there be light. Right, to learn, right? I think at this point, this, what exactly are we supposed to call it? I'm just gonna call it him, right? I think at this point, he still doesn't understand sadness and happiness. At least I don't think so. No, last episode I was just talking about how, the eyes of the boy, right? It changes colors when it's satisfied or whatnot. Now, could that be just, is that a feeling of happiness, or is it just that your needs are being met and whatnot? Oh, thank you for recapping, man. um, one thing I didn't really talk about last episode as well is it's precisely because March is still a young child that she's able to stay sane around this dude, right? Like, because children have this innate innocence to them that they don't have the fear of the unknown, right? Things that to adults would seem disgusting, unnatural, and even horrifying, to children it's just like meh. All right, the opening first, I guess. Right, like that scene where the dude regenerated and whatnot. Now we saw the reactions from those adults that was chasing March, right? Which should be like the normal reaction, like from us as well, right? But because March is just a kid, she's not as affected by it. Yeah. I remember when I was like a kid, like I could, pick up caterpillars with my hands and even or worms and whatnot, and even heck, squish them around and so on and so forth, and I wouldn't feel a thing, right? Nowadays, tell me to do that, and I'll like, ew, yuck, disgusting, and all that. Hmm. So I don't think it's a coincidence that they chose a child to be the dude's companion, right? Alright. Hmm. You would think that by this point, you would know how to pick things up, right? Jim? Fumetsu? Oh, Fushi. Fuchan would literally be like, no, Mr. No. At least if we're going by the kanji reading anyways. What the hell is with that thing on their faces though? Oh, nice. What are you, like a 16th century assassin or something? Damn, you're certainly resourceful. Uh, okay. So I guess we have a touch of the supernatural? I mean, beyond the obvious Fuchan. Okay. Or is this supposed to be the thing that, Oh. Better run! Ah, ah. Oh. And I almost thought we were going by T-Rex rules, right? If you don't move, they can't see you. Run! You know, I think instead of fighting, you should just... Yeah. Ooh. Mm. Oh, already? Huh. Ow. Ow. Like, seriously, you must have at least cracked a few bones with that. But hey, anime logic. What was that thing, though? Like a gigantic bear? Okay, so I guess, pretty obvious or not exactly. Pretty obvious we're not exactly on Earth, though. So can Fuchan actually understand emotion now? Hmm. I don't think this. Did March leave anything on her? On him though? Wow. I guess this girl has like 2.0 2.0 eyesight. You know, you really. You're not even actually talking about like the most deciding feature of that bear, which is how big it is. Man, these guys are all inept. Hmm. Machi wa otona ni naranai. Hmm. Machi wa eranda no jibun de. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they just tie her there or something like that? And then... Okay, yeah, they tie her there. But that means that anybody... Unless they continuously watch over her, that means that once they leave, anybody can rescue her, right? If, of course, the monster isn't real. Right, there's only like one... You know, either you look over her and so you understand that that monster does exist and it eats the girl, or you just leave her there, in which case anybody can sneak up after them and rescue her, right? Like... That's the bear? Or whatever the monster is. It's not even certain that the bear is the monster, right? Oh, well, it is this dude. Dun-dun. I don't think that's fast enough. We need a sharper sword. Knife. Huh? Uh, What? He just walked past you guys and you guys didn't even notice him? Like, what the hell is going on? What the hell? It's headless now, right? He's headless right now. Oh, so can he actually use his ability? Okay. He can consciously use his abilities now. Huh? So once he defeats the bear, is he gonna be able to take on its form? Ouch. Woof. Oof. Man, this is a lot more bloody than I expected. I mean, I actually don't blame her for thinking that. If you saw something like this in front of you, like, how are you supposed to react? Okay, so that's what where the hockey sticks were. Including. How exactly are you gonna take the bear back? What the hell is this? What? Okay, I guess? Fushi. Alright, so I guess that's its name. Anyways, see you guys after this, I guess. Well, okay. Even after this episode, I still don't quite know what exactly this series is talking about. Apparently, we got giant bears now, more of the fantasy variant. So there's not just one thing about this entire story that is more fantastical, right? I was under the impression that maybe only the boy or Fushi, I think, is how they name him within the credits, was the only supernatural thing about all this. But no, not exactly so. We clearly see that there's some other stuff happening around here. This is not exactly the Earth that we know right here, which is, I guess, a kind of a good thing. At least we set that tone first, so I can stop worrying about like what kind of influence or what kind of culture this is actually taking place in, right? Otherwise, I will obsess over that. That's just part of who I am. And honestly, I gotta say, like, I can't even remember the tribe names, but basically the bad guys, if you will, of the series, they are so inept, right? Like, you do this year after year after year. Like, what? Do you think those bones just appear out of nowhere? Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like, and the fact, and also the scene where Fushi just walks in, and then apparently they all recognized it like 1 second later. Like, what? Does Fushi suddenly have teleportation skills or something of that sort? Like, man, I don't know. Or maybe it was just a kind of like an error during the drawing process. Maybe he was supposed to like walk in from a different angle or something, and that's why the others didn't see him. But how it was displayed there, it more seemed like he just walked past all of them and they all didn't notice him. Which I guess, you know, maybe I should make fun of it right now. Potentially that could be something that comes down later the line. You know, one of the abilities of Fushi or something of that sort. But anyways, you know, at this point, still very little is known about everything. But I gotta say though, Hayase, this lady here, she certainly has guts, right? To be able to face this gigantic bear and to face this supposedly immortal individual, and to keep her level head, and in fact even issue orders as to bring them all back, right? We're this is a great haul, we're taking them back, and you know, this is so great for us, right? When you just literally saw like that kind of clash between two essentially monsters, right? I mean, there's no better way to describe them right now, including Fushi, our main character. At this point in time, you can only consider him as a monster if you know nothing about him, right? So, you know, that either speaks one of two things, right? Either she is unbelievably naive and cocky, or, you know, she actually has the power and strength to back it up. And that means that probably her skills is quite a level higher than all the others, and she's not just there to be, you know, the representative, the pretty face, or whatnot. She probably does have, you know, quite solid skills of her own in order to look at this kind of situation, assess it, and say, yeah, they're no threat to me, I'll just take them all back and whatnot, right? Hopefully I'm not giving her too much credit, right? I suppose we'll know in the next few episodes here. And what progress have we made here? Well, obviously the boy Fushi has developed an attachment towards March here, and in fact is starting to understand how to speak a little bit as well, so learning through imitation and whatnot. I reckon this is going to be a series where we continue to see him grow and learn and, you know, understand, heck, even understand emotions. Like, does he understand emotions at this point? Clearly he understands some emotion, right? He understands the plight of March instinctively and wants to go to her side and help her, right? So in that sense, we've already had some sort of emotional growth, or growth of any sort, towards Fushi. And I reckon, you know, intelligence, knowledge, you know, reading, writing, talk and speaking, that comes later on, right? So it's gonna be a process. So again, it really reminds me a lot of Dororo, and how you know, how through the travels they eventually, you know, continue to process the continued to gain knowledge until one of the main characters became like a normal person, as much as he could be, right? Although certainly I was more expecting this to be an adventure between Fushi and March. I didn't expect them all to travel together, right? Perona as well. So we got that to look forward to, I guess. And speaking of Perona, I mean, she's a badass, definitely, but I also feel like her body is perhaps no less immortal than our Fushi-chan, our main character here, because like she took some pretty damn hard hits here, and she seems completely unfazed by it. So I guess we have a Fumetsu here, right? If you guys get what I mean. But anyways, so that is it for this episode. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys next week as well. Stay tuned. Bye bye.